Hey guys, Tech Made Easy, and guess what? I got my hands on the Galaxy Watch 4, and I've used it for a while, and I've been using the Galaxy Watch 3 for a very long time. Now, this is the one with the bezel, guys, so it's the top of the line, and I am going to go ahead and give you some really good information so you can make the decision. Is it worth the upgrade at the end of the day to get the Galaxy Watch 4 if you have the Galaxy Watch 3? I'm going to be giving you a lot of detail. And by the way, I did come out with an unboxing video and a how to customize video. If you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. But let's get started. All right, let's start off with some differences between these watches as a high overview. So first of all, the Watch 4 is 46 millimeters and the Watch 3 is 45 millimeters. That was the largest size that came out. Price-wise, the Watch 4, 46 millimeters, actually $379. Now that is non-LTE. If you want the LTE version, it'll be another $50 to $100, so be aware of that. The Watch 3 was actually more. It sold for $429. And again, as you know, Samsung runs sales and things like that, so you can probably get it cheaper. Now, one disappointment in the Watch 4 is they actually made the band size smaller. So you could get standard 22 millimeter watch bands on the Watch 3. But the bad news is those won't fit the Watch 4. Now, if you see here, the way they actually changed, the way the band goes in, the band actually, well, in a good way, the band actually tucks up against the watch, so you really don't have that gap, right? So that's kind of nice. You know, here's where you have that gap, right? You see the gap on the top and the bottom. But the problem is, to do that, they had to make the watch band smaller. And so a 22 millimeter watch band will not fit. You actually have to get a 20 millimeter watch band. Just something that you should know. Okay? The sensors on the Watch 4 are improved. They have additional sensors. They have a geomagnetic sensor on the Watch 4 that is not on the Watch 3, a bioelectrical impedance analysis sensor, say that 5 times, and you also have a Hall sensor. Now look, I am not a total expert on knowing what those sensors are for, but this watch does do a couple more things when it comes to health. I will show you some of those features. The resolution on the Watch 4 is 450 by 450, so it's a higher resolution. The Watch 3 is 360 by 360. The Watch 4 actually has Corning Gorilla Glass DX, so it's a stronger glass. The Watch 3 does not have that. As far as processors, they did make the processor a little faster on the Watch 4. It has a W920 dual-core 1.18 gigahertz processor. This here is a 110 dual-core 1.15 gigahertz processor. They're both Samsung's Exynos processors, so just be aware. Battery. So they did make the battery a little bigger on the Watch 4. This is 361 milliamps. The Watch 3 is 340 milliamps. Now I will tell you, I did get another like 2 hours of use on the Watch 4 in comparison to the Watch 3. But it's still around 2 days because you're not going to wake up in the morning and use your battery for your watch for 2 more hours. So you're going to, after 2 days, these both still need to be charged, okay, in order for you to continue to use them. The Android operating system requirement on these guys, so this requires Android 6 or higher, and this requires Android 5 or higher. Now, the Watch 4 is not Apple iOS compatible. So if you wanted to use this with your Apple Watch and your Galaxy Watch, if you use both, or if you're just like Galaxy Watches, but you like iPhones, the Watch 3 is both Android and Apple compatible. I will put some detailed specs at the end so you can know the operating system requirements and what iPhone it would be compatible with. The operating system on these phones has changed. This is Samsung's Tizen operating system version 5.5. This is actually new. It's Google and Samsung's Wear OS operating system. Now, Google runs and owns the operating system, but Samsung has collaborated with them because Samsung is also really good when it comes to health. Weight on these two phones, they lowered the weight. On the Watch 4, it is 52 grams. The Watch 3 is 53.8 grams, and that's without the strap. Wi-Fi has also improved. On the Watch 4, you can have 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. On the Watch 3, it's only 2.4 gigahertz compatible. All right. Let me also add one more thing. The nice thing about these two watches is they both have the rotating bezel. Now, if you buy the Watch 4 and not the Watch 4 Classic, you won't get the rotating bezel. And it's really nice because, one, you just navigate using this bezel. It works flawlessly. It's very smooth. Again, the same thing here, right? You just rotate the bezel. You can adjust these if you like as well. You just got to hold them down. So if I wanted to change what was here, I could delete stuff. I can add new stuff. And it's the same way on the slightly larger screen here on the Watch 4 Classic. So that's a really nice feature. Another thing that changed are the buttons. If you notice, this is a really sleek design that they did here as far as the buttons are concerned. I love them. They're, it's that stainless steel, but the buttons are really nice. And that's why I chose stainless steel this time around. Here you've got the rounded buttons. This is actually the LTE version, but I've never used it. But you do just get these little buttons on the watch. Okay, again, they work, they do the job. But I think when you compare the both of them, I really like the design of the stainless steel with the flat buttons. So one of the features of the Watch 3 and Watch 4 is it can also be charged wirelessly. I actually use the Samsung Trio wireless charger. I can put two phones here and of course a watch. And as you can see, the Watch 4 works very well with that. That's the Watch 4 Classic. Let's take the Watch 3. Again, the light turns on. It'll actually show you that it's charging. So that works well. They both work well with wireless charging. Hey guys, if you're really enjoying this video, take a moment, give us a thumbs up. Brooklyn and I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's take a moment now and kind of look at the menu itself. It is very customizable. Now, I will tell you the easiest way to customize your layout on your watch, if you're going to just do a major overhaul, is you're going to want to go into the app. Let me bring that up real quick and show you. So I currently have the Watch 4 paired via Bluetooth to my Galaxy Fold 3. And what I want to do is I want to bring up the and show you that if you want to just organize your watch the way you like it, I go into tiles, okay? And you can see here that you can really adjust your layout on what you want on your screen. You can remove stuff by clicking the minus on any of these. You can hold them down and move them around if you decide to as well. Okay, so they're real easy. And then after you're done, all you need to do is hit save, it'll save that to the watch, and it makes it a whole lot easier to organize. Let's go in and just take a look and compare both of these watches so you can see the difference. So let's compare what watch 3 and watch 4 have and don't have. So when you swipe left, you got your daily activity rings. You swipe left again and you can have your step count. Now I already organized this so I could show you in this demo. Swipe left again and you got the ECG. You can go ahead and check your echocardiogram, which is amazing that you can do that on a watch these days. You have your blood oxygen sensors. All right. You can check your stress levels on both. You can check your heart rate on both. You can also do sleep tracking on both. Now, because the Watch 4 has some additional sensors, it'll also check your blood oxygen levels while you're sleeping. And it'll also have another feature that you can turn on where it'll actually do a snore detect using the microphone. And then it'll obviously save that in the data that you can check the next day. Now for women, this also has a women's health feature where you can track, I believe, your cycles. So that's something new to my knowledge. If you have a watch, Samsung watch, and a friend has a Samsung watch, you can actually challenge each other and see where you guys are at as far as your step counts and different challenges. Now, I will tell you, the Watch 4 has a new feature that does body composition. Okay, and I'll demo that a little later on. One thing that the Watch 4 doesn't have that I'm a little disappointed in because the operating system changed to the Wear OS is it doesn't have SmartThings integration. So you can put the SmartThings app on here, but you can't put widgets on here. So for instance, if I want to use my watch to unlock my door, I can do that on the Watch 3. So the Watch 3 has a Tizen operating system, which is Samsung's operating system, and I can add those widgets to turn lights on or off or unlock doors. So I thought I'd mention that to you. I want to show you two of the widgets I added. So I've got the lock for my side door, and I also have a light for the basement. So as you can see, I could just tap that. It'll turn the light on. If I tap it again, it'll turn the light off. A lock on the side door, just hit that little button there. So again, really cool stuff. All right, guys, guess what? I found a way to get to the SmartThings on the Watch 4. Swipe up, go to SmartThings, and you can see here I've got the list of things. Now, I don't see a way to reorder them, but I am able to get to them. I do like the Watch 3. It does have the widget option, which is specific, but kind of cool. At least you can do that. Let's go ahead and do the ECG and see how that works. If you hit record, it's on my left wrist. The warning comes up. Samsung says that the information is for informational purposes only. Do not interpret or take clinical action. All right, I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to rest my finger here. It's going to go ahead and do the ECG. All right, so then it gives you, the statement. So it's not showing any issues. Now, if you scroll down, there's a couple of things you can do here. So, it tells you your average heart rate, which I'm practically sleeping right now. If you're not feeling well, you can add that. You can put all this information. It'll record and sync to your phone, and you can share it with your doctor, okay? Let's go ahead and look at blood oxygen. Okay, there it goes. Let's check out my stress level today. Okay, and then you click it again, and it'll actually tell you that my stress level is average. All right. All right. I put on this nylon band, by the way. It's one of my most comfortable bands. But let's measure the heart rate here. See how that does. I'm a pretty calm person, so my heart rate is usually a little lower than most crazy people. Wow, that was quick. I'm excited. 77 beats per minute. Not bad. All right, I'm going to go into sleep, but I would tell you in all of your health activities, make sure you download the Samsung Health app. That is where you're going to see your health stats. You won't see them in the Galaxy wearable app. So do that. Let's go ahead and I'm going to click that, open it up for now, but let's look at the watch. So if I scroll over to last night's sleep, all right, you should see, there it goes, 9 hours and 47 minutes with a sleep score of 73. Now, if you click that, you'll be able to go through some of that data, okay? But let's look at it on the Fold 3, okay? My little phone tablet that I got now. So if I click on sleep, you'll see here that I've got 2 days of sleep, all right? The day before yesterday and yesterday. And here is my sleep data. So if we go in, you're going to see that I spent a lot of time awake. It says, you know, this watch based off of your heart rate and all. So you've got awake, you've got REM, you've got light sleep, and you've got deep sleep. As you can see here, my deep sleep was probably around 11-ish that I had deep sleep. After that, it was light sleep. Calories burned during sleep. Now you got the breakdown. 48 minutes awake, 1 hour and 51 minutes of REM, which is supposed to be really good sleep. And you can learn about all these types of sleep in this app. It's really good. Light sleep, 6 hours and 38 minutes, and then deep sleep, 30 minutes. Now, I did turn on the blood oxygen feature, so you can turn this on while you're sleeping, and it actually measures your blood oxygen while you're sleeping, okay? No alerts there. I didn't turn on snore detection because I don't snore. So guys, this could be really helpful information at the end of the day. You can share it with your doctor. You can work on improving your sleep. These are not perfect, but it can be very, very helpful. And I'll tell you now, Brooklyn's with me, and she agrees, right? Stay. Now, something that's new in the Galaxy Watch 4 and 4 Classic is this new body composition that measures body fat, your skeletal muscle, and more. Let's try this. I'll click measure. My weight is in there. It's going to ask me to rest 2 fingers on these buttons here. And it's going to start it. And they tell you to just lightly touch them and stay still as much as you can. Raise your arms away from your body. All right, so again, and then it'll go in here and give you, specific data. I won't share all my data, but, it's something new. I thought about it and said, you know what, why not share my data? So it gives you your weight, your skeletal muscle, your fat mass. You know, it kind of puts you in ranges, your body fat, your BMI, your body water, your BMR. Okay? I hope you find that helpful. All right, guys. So let me give you my final opinion. I'm keeping the watch. I like the additional features. So I'm definitely keeping the watch. After using it for 2 weeks and doing this side-by-side comparison, that's my decision. I just want to let you know, okay? I am coming up in a moment with some pros and cons that you should check out, so stay tuned. It's coming up. Also, I will put links in the description if you want different types of bands for the Watch 3 or the Watch 4. I will separate them and put them in the description. All right, Brooklyn and I are just going to be out here for a few minutes, but let's go on to pros and cons. So we're coming down to the final stretch. I want to go over my cons and my pros with you on the new Galaxy Watch 4. But let me just say, I'm not sure if you saw our first impression review on the Galaxy Fold 3 that just came out. We did a good one. And we also did a really good case video as well. So I will put up some images over here so you can see the 3 reviews that we've done so far on the Galaxy Fold 3 and some of the nice cases that came out. Check those out when you have time. I'll put them in the description, but let's go ahead and jump in to the cons first. So one of my first cons on the Galaxy Watch 4 is they changed the bands. And you know what? If you've got a watch, most watches have the 22 millimeter bands, and you won't be able to use them because they made this so tight that you can only fit a 20 millimeter band. So that would be one of my cons. The other con is they did make Galaxy watches universal. And so what that means is if you have an iPhone or you have an Android device, it didn't matter. You were always able to use a Galaxy Watch. Well, moving forward with the new Wear OS by Google, you can't use this watch with Apple, okay? And the only other thing I want to mention is what I showed you earlier. I'm a little disappointed. Again, it is a Samsung watch. If you have a smart home, especially the SmartThings smart home, you won't be able to use widgets. Now you can actually install SmartThings on the watch. You can do that. But so far, at this point, the widgets aren't available to turn your lights on, unlock your doors, and all those things. So that would be my cons. Let's go ahead and move to the pros. And there are a lot of pros. So the first pro is the Galaxy Watch 4 has much better sleep analysis. With the additional sensors, okay, the measuring of your blood oxygen during your sleep, and the snore detection, if you want that, that is available on the Galaxy Watch 4. If you saw earlier, it also has this new body composition feature, all right, that you don't get on the 3 because of the sensors. There's some additional sensors on the Watch 4. The battery is better on the Watch 4. You get a 361 milliamp battery versus a 340. The screen is a higher resolution, all right, 450 by 450 resolution. Plus, they installed Gorilla Glass, all right. You get Gorilla Glass DX Plus, so you have a stronger display on the Galaxy Watch 4. As far as memory, they doubled the memory. You have 16 gigabytes of internal memory on this. That means you can put on more watch faces. You can put music on this, which is nice. And so that's cool. The previous model had 8 gigabytes. This watch is also slightly lighter, 52 grams versus 53.8 grams. This watch also now supports 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. They also lowered the cost, okay? For the 46 mil, You can get this watch right now for $379, and we'll put links in the description. The 42 is $349 for that tier. Okay. They also have a bundle. All right. If you remember, we showed you our wireless charger. This is the Trio wireless charger by Samsung. They're bundling this watch right now with a Duo charger for $419. Now, if you want the Watch 3, I believe it's $329 at this time and $372 on the LTE version. Okay. So I hope you found this review to be helpful. I hope you look in the description to check out our Galaxy Fold review, the case review as well. We got a couple of cases. We even did a Z Flip review, and we did a Z Flip case review as well. All right. Thank you so much for your time. All right, guys, there's 2 pages of specs here. All right. So hit pause, take a look at them. I hope you find them helpful. Thank you. Hey guys, take a moment and give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. As you can see, Brooklyn, she's waving her tail for you. Take a moment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and you'll get notified of new videos we come out with. Also, follow us and contact us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.